here. I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I'm here doing it. Okay. Today it's actually 12:02 a.m. It is February 2nd, and I'm probably going to upload this today. I've had a day. I have truly had a day. Today was, the first. The first was really one of those days for me where I wanted to just stop everything. Was having like a super productive day at first. I started on like a really high day, and then stuff just started going downhill for me. And I haven't talked too much on my YouTube channel about like the highs and lows of me being a business owner, like all these other things. I haven't, but there just comes these times and these moments where I just get so low in my thinking that when things don't go my way when it comes to the things that I'm doing for my business, I feel super inadequate. I just feel like everything I'm doing is for nothing. It doesn't matter. I should probably just go. I thought about my job today. I thought about my job that I left literally 6 months ago. I thought about it, not like for real going back, but I'm just like, if I was just working the job, I wouldn't have to deal with this. I wouldn't have to deal with this BS of owning a business and trying to make money and to keep these lights on, like all this other stuff. Like I really thought about it. And I just wanted to be super honest and transparent about the day I had. Something that I did in 2021 when it came to my YouTube channel is completely overthink everything. And that resulted in me not posting anything at all. Barely. Like, we got a few vlogs here and there, and we got some things going, but like, I didn't really post last year. And I tried to, excuse me, yawning because it's midnight. I tried to like get in a habit of posting this year, and January was supposed to be like a month of posting every other day and and like it just did not happen. Like, I'm looking at my whiteboard right now, and there's so many videos that I haven't edited, so many things that I have to re-record because something happened with the video, and I just haven't been able to do it because I've had other things going on as well. Like, I'm really running like 3-4 businesses all at one time, and of course I have help in certain areas, but it's still like mainly just me. And today was just a day where it all just came here. Like, I had so many things on my to-do list that I needed to do, and I know I was seeping into like one of those like moment is when I went to the gym this morning and I was doing really well. Like, I ate like a good breakfast and whatever. Then middle of the day, like halfway through the day, I'm like, you know what? Let me get some like chips. Let me like just lay on the couch. Let me leave all of my phones and devices inside my office, turn them all on D&D, and then just lay on the couch and watch TV. When I want to lay on the couch and just watch TV, that's the start of the demise. That is the start to nothing. And I didn't have time to do that today. Like, I don't know where I found the time to do nothing, but I did somehow. But I had like a webinar today, so I had to get up. So I had to give off energy for an hour and a half that I did not want to give. But I did. I showed up not only for myself, but for the people who were on the webinar. And then after that, I was like, okay, I'm still kind of in this funk. Let me like watch a little bit more TV, do I need to eat something again? Like, what's going on? Whatever. Like, I'm not hungry. Like, I'm overeating. When I'm sad and seeping into like depressions, I start to just overeat, whether if it's good food, bad food, I'm just consuming, shoving food in my mouth. Like, that is another clear sign of the start of the demise. So I'm like, no, I don't need to eat anything. I don't need to snack, but of course, like, I'm snacking on, I don't know, fruit snacks, chips, something. There's something being consumed. And I'm watching TV and I'm watching like these vlogs. I'm like, okay, let me catch up on some of the girls that I like to watch. And then I'm just like, still not feeling it. So then I was like, okay, let me watch like a really like crazy show. So I was like, let me catch up on Euphoria for this week, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me watch that. Maybe that'll like wake me up and like get me alive or something like that. Child, I don't know. So I watched Euphoria and it did exactly what I needed to do. I was on my toes the whole time. This past week's episode was super crazy. I mean, every episode is crazy, but like, it's just like, it kind of got me up a little bit. It didn't like get me in a motivational mood to like do any work, but I'm like, I feel a lot better than I did 2 hours ago. So that was about like 10 o'clock. So I got up. I still had a few things to do on my list for the day. I had like three main things. I did the first two. I'm like, okay, cool. We knocking these out. Cool. Schedule the email, send the DMs, do this, do that. I'm like, okay, great. Then there was like this one thing that I had to do, and it's not going to be something just as quick as those other two was. And I got the feeling of, you're not going to be able to do it tonight. You're probably going to have to stay up all night, which I kind of had in my head anyway, because how the day had been going, and I accepted that, right? So like, that's not the problem. It was just the thought process behind really actually having to do this particular task. And instead, I decided to bust out this mic that I had from my corporate job that I have not used literally in 2.5 years. I decided to bust out my tripod, put the camera on there, bust out this lighting system that I got from my sister 6 months ago, never put it together. I did all this setup, like figured out some sit down setup instead of doing that task. And it's like, okay, so now what? I'm not doing the task currently right now because I'm talking to y'all. But I'm like, I have to get this off my chest. Like, I'm literally going to, when I get done recording this, I'm going to figure out how to get the audio. Like, I've never done this. Figure out how to get the audio off of what I'm recording on, match it up with the video, and I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and then I'm going to do the task. Like, I just had to get this out. And I'm saying all this to say is this business life, business owner, entrepreneurship thing is forever ghetto. Like, this is probably the most work I've ever had to do in my entire life, because everything is truly on me right now. Like, yes, I can't wait to have a team, build a team, and be able to do more stuff. But until that time comes, it's just me. So my time management has gotten a lot better. Do not get me wrong. I'm super proud of myself. I'm super proud of the things that I'm doing. But I know that a lot of things can be fine-tuned. A lot of things can be fixed, and we can do a lot better, right? So, okay, we're trying to figure out the time management thing. You know, I have like my calendar's color coordinated and time slots. Like, okay, but there's probably a little bit more that we can do, right? So if you say you're going to do something between 12 and 2, let's make sure that we're doing that thing between 12 and 2. Like, my time management is there. It's just the discipline and the work, not the work ethic, but like truly the discipline of the tasks that I give myself get misconstrued because I'm thinking about so many other things, because I'm undiagnosed with ADHD. I don't care what any doctor says. I know for a fact I have ADHD. I don't care. I have it. And trying to deal with work, life, my fish, just so many things are just in my head right now. There's going to be a winter storm happening literally right now, or like in the middle of the night. And that's why I decided, like, okay, well, let me just stay up late because I'm not going anywhere tomorrow because the roads are probably going to be frozen over. Like, it's really going to be 15 degrees tomorrow after a winter storm. Like, the whole state, even Texas has like this same type of storm. And my brain is thinking about that rather than the task that I need to do that's actually going to make me money for me to keep these lights on, keep myself going to the grocery store to eat food that I need to survive. And there's just so many other things as well too. So again, February 1st, the first day of the month, was just one of those days for me, right? And it's probably what I'm going to title this video, one of those days, ... Like, it just was. And I feel a little better. I don't know if it was me just needing to get this truly off my chest and just be honest with myself of how I'm feeling, because I know what this feels like. I know this feeling. I know it all too well. And what I'm not going to do is let this feeling take over and then I just stop doing everything, because that is not an option for me this year. That is not an option. So even though you were not obligated, thank you for sitting here listening to me rant for like maybe 10 minutes. I don't know how long this video is, for like 10 minutes, and just being truly real and realistic. I've always wanted to have a setup like this. I've always wanted to have like a podcast looking type of setup. No, I don't think I necessarily want to start a podcast, but I've always wanted to have this type of sit down setup for the YouTube channel. So let me know if you like this. It was super simple for me to do. So I think once I start creating my sit down videos again, this will just be more of how I do things. You know, I set up you guys know my wall with all my art. It just goes super well with me and my brand and things. And then, like I said, I have this mic that I've had for years. Never used it, but I plan on using it now. And of course, I have the camera, I have the lights. Literally only one light is on right now. I wonder what it'll look like with two lights. Like, I'm just trying to take everything that I'm doing super serious. Like, I know I've probably said that over the years or over the months or whatever, but I can't keep saying it. I actually need to do it. There's so many things I want to do this year. There's so many things that are happening, and I could dream. I'm a dreamer. I could dream. I could have faith all day, but I have to put the work ethic and effort into these things so those outcomes can be exactly what I'm dreaming of, right? So again, this was great. This is what I needed. No tips or nothing like that. It really just was one of those days. And if you are human, if you're a business owner, if you are any type of person that emotes, I know you have one of those days. It may not look like mine. It may not feel like mine, but I know you do. And I just want you to know that you are seen. It is okay. We are going to be okay. And tomorrow is a new day. Technically, tomorrow is today. February 2nd is a new day. Dakira, you're going to be okay. What happened yesterday was yesterday. It does not define you as a business owner. It does not define you as a person. It does not define your abilities to do what you were born to do. Okay? Your purpose is to help people. You love doing that. Don't worry about everything else surrounded by that. I promise everything will work out the way God has planned for it to work out. Okay? I love you, girl. You're going to be okay. I love y'all. But as you always know, God loves you more. And again, it's okay to just have one of those days. I'll see y'all in the next one.